let us begin. Find a seat that's comfortable for you. I found some words by the writer and farmer, Wendell Berry, that I thought I would share with you for our practice today. This poem is titled, "The Peace of Wild Things." When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives might be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the place of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting for their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. So what I'm hoping we can do in our practice today is to come into the peace of wild things, and for a time be able to rest in the grace of the world and feel some freedom, a little bit of lightness during what feels like a very heavy time. So in your comfortable seat, bring your hands to your heart and close your eyes. Lengthen out your breath a little bit so that you have a breath that you have to pay attention to, not just your natural breath that you don't listen to or feel, or just be with this little bit of a longer breath. And now make a commitment to yourself to come into the peace of wild things, to not tax yourself with thoughts of what might be, but to allow yourself to be present, to rest in the grace of the world. On your next exhale, release your hands down into your lap or onto your legs, and then slowly open your eyes. All right, friends, if you're going to follow along with the playlist, it's on Spotify. The name of the playlist is Virtual Yoga 4/2. You would first search for me, EDYM 428 on Spotify, and then you'll see my public playlist there. The one for today is Virtual Yoga 4/2, and now would be the time to press play on that. Come onto hands and knees on your mat, all fours. Take a moment to feel what touches the earth and to settle into those parts. Bring more attention into your hands and really claw your finger pads into the mat. This is going to take some relief off your wrists. We're going to make little circles over the wrists. So think about rotating your shoulders in a circle in one direction a few times here, just warming up the wrists. And then circle around in the other direction a few times. Keeping those finger pads pressing firmly into the earth. And then come right into the middle. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, cat pose. Pull the belly up, round the back, open between the shoulder blades. And then inhale, cow pose. Belly towards the earth, look forward. A few more times. Exhaling for cat. And inhaling for cow. I'm going to try to make my instruction as clear as possible. So maybe you can just follow the sound of my voice. When you need, look up at the screen, or when you want, look up at your screen. But right now, connecting breath and movement. After your next cow pose, come into a neutral spine. You're going to extend your right leg straight back behind you, and then swing that leg over to the left. So you'll have the ball of your right foot down onto the floor, probably off the left side of your mat. Look back over your left shoulder towards your right foot, And press back through that right heel. Reach forward through the right shoulder as if you're shrugging the right shoulder up towards your right ear. Feel the length you're creating in that right side body. And then inhale back to center, lower your knee down. Exhale, cat pose. And inhale, cow pose. And then back to neutral. We'll take the second side now. Inhale, left leg straight back behind you. And as you exhale, swing it over to the right until the ball of your foot is way off the right side of your mat. Look back over your right shoulder at your foot. Press your left heel back. Stretch your left shoulder forward. And breathe into that space you're creating along the left side body. Being present with what you feel in your body now, not thinking about anything else. And then on your next inhale, lower your knee back down to the mat. One more time here, exhale, cat pose. And inhale, cow pose. And then from neutral, come into downward facing dog. And then start to walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. We'll eventually meet in a standing forward bend. When you get there, hold on to your elbows and fold over your legs. And just invite a heaviness in your upper body. Your lower body will hold you there. Lower body is strong, backs of the legs stretching, back of the spine stretching. Bend your knees as much as you need to so you can feel the back of the spine stretching and not just the backs of the legs. Again, move your head as much as you like, just loosening up here, inviting a freedom into your body. And then release your fingertips down to the ground. So you bend your knees as much as you need to get the fingers on the ground, or you can have your hands on blocks. Bring the inner edges of your big toes together. Here, we're gonna bend the right knee, keep that bend in the right knee, and then take the left leg behind the right leg. So you're gonna place the left foot to the outside of the right foot. So your little toes are touching, maybe they're on the same line. Folding over, keeping a little bend into that right knee. And now start to walk your hands over to the right. So hands will probably come off the mat as you reach over to the right side. You're not feeling any lengthening through the outer left leg and into the left hip, the IT band. Maybe swing your hips over to the left a little bit more as you reach that left arm a little bit farther to the right. And then inhale, release, hands back to the middle. Bring your left foot back to the inside of the right foot. Standing in forward bend together. We'll start with the feet together here. And then second side, bend your left knee. Take your right leg behind the left leg and then place your right foot on the ground so your little toes are touching. Couple of breaths here just to get used to this sensation in the body. And then as you're ready, walk your hands over to the left. So your hands will probably come off your mat, walking the hands over, especially reach to the left through the right hand. And then maybe if you want a little extra, pooch your hips over to the right a little bit more. And then inhale, walk your hands back to center. Bring your right foot back to the inside of the left foot. Fold in here. And then on an inhale, rise up to stand, hands to your heart. Take your, find a strap or whatever you have to fill in for a strap. You're gonna hold the strap in your right hand. Take your right arm up and then you'll bend at the right elbow. Take your left hand behind your back and grab on. And you'll pull down with that left hand as the right elbow points up at the ceiling. Keep what you've got going on with the arms. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, arc over to the left. And then inhale back up. We'll take the second side. So hold on to the strap in your left hand. Take the left arm up, bend at the elbow, reach back with the right hand, grab on to some part of the strap, and then you gently pull down with the right hand, pointing that left elbow up to the ceiling. Keep what you've got. And as you exhale, arc over to the right. So point that left elbow over towards the right. And then inhale back up. Release your hands. Take both arms up overhead. Notice how free you feel after letting go of your binding. Exhale, hands to your heart. That freedom you feel in your body when you release the binding, you also feel in your mind and in your heart when you're able to be present and let go of whatever is binding your mind or your heart to an imagined future or whatever has happened in the past. So remember your commitment here. Be present. Commune with the wild things. Inhale, take your arms up, lift up, look up. Exhale, forward bend, dive down, fold over your legs. Inhale, lengthen out, halfway. On your exhale, downward facing dog. On your inhale, come forward into plank pose, and we'll hold right here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, chaturanga. And then inhale, cobra. Lift up here, lift your chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the front of your mat and step or walk or hop your feet to the front. And then big inhale, rise back up to standing, both arms up high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Every time your hands come here, remember your commitment to be present. Be with your breath, be with your body, whatever sensation you're feeling. Let your mind and your heart get on board. Inhale, lift back up, stretch tall. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, stretch out halfway, and then on your exhale, fold back in. Take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers or use your strap between your hands, and then bring your hands away from your back, folding over your legs. Try to lift the tops of your shoulders up a little bit. This just puts a little muscle energy into the shoulders to protect them so you don't overstretch here. It's easy to do. Listen to your body. Release your hands back towards the mat or onto the mat. Inhale, stretch out halfway. Take your vinyasa here, planting your hands, stepping back to downward dog or plank, maybe jumping into chaturanga. These vinyasas are yours to do in the way that feels right for you, to omit if that's what feels right for you. Just be sure to move in concert with your breath. On your inhale, lift your right leg back and up behind you. On your exhale, lunge your foot to the front of your mat. Back heel down for warrior one. So root into the back foot. Charge up that back leg. Front leg is already charged. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up for warrior one. In this first warrior one, widen your arms out a little bit so you feel a little bit of freedom across the shoulders, and maybe lift the back up just a little bit more, letting the heart reach up for the sky. Interlace your fingers here. Arms are still overhead. Make sure the palms are touching, and then bend your elbows and press your head back into the wedge that you've created with your forearms. So this is a bound pose here, pressing your head back, binding into the arms here. Notice what's happening, what you feel, and then as you inhale, release the bind. Stretch the arms back up, widen them out more into a V shape. Feel that freedom. And then exhale, hands to your heart. One breath in here to lengthen up through your sides, and then as you exhale, twist to the right. Lower your left elbow down and rotate around. Point the right elbow to the sky. Yes, you're looking good. Any variations of the twist here that work for your body, make sure you can breathe steadily in the twist. And then on your inhale, take both arms back up overhead. This time, hook your thumbs together. Point the elbows out to the sides. Press the backs of the hands back behind you. Press your head back. Again, you're binding the hands here, creating something to push against. So push into that to make your back bend larger. Take one breath in and then release the thumbs. Open the arms out wide. Feel that freedom. Be present with the pose. And then on your exhale, hands down to the mat, either side of the front foot. Maybe bring the back foot in just an inch and then lower the back heel to the ground. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, straighten that right leg and fold over it. So whatever degree of folding you can muster here, just try to get some length into the back of the right leg. Sway your hips side to side. So exaggerate this movement. Take the right hip way over to the right, and then the left hip way over to the left. Go back and forth a few times here. And then come back into the center one more time. Fold over your leg. And then bend the right knee. Hands at the front of the mat. One leg dog. Right leg back and up behind you. This time, bend your knee and twist open. We're not going to wild thing yet. We're enjoying the piece of the wild things. We're just prepping, opening the front of the hip. Yeah, maybe circling that foot around if that feels good. And then inhale, stretch the right leg back behind, square your hip, flow through with the one leg lifted, or put your foot on the ground, flow through with both feet down, maybe just a regular downward dog. Good, from downward dog, bring your feet to the top of your mat, fold over your legs, and then inhale, rise up. Big breath in, stretch up tall, exhale, hands to your heart. Moving on for the second side, flow with your breath. Inhale, arms lift up, heart lifts, gaze lifts. Exhale, everything goes down to the ground. Inhale, stretch out halfway, and then meet me in downward dog. You decide for your body, your mind, your heart, what's the best way for you to move into and hold your downward dog. From downward dog, inhale, left leg back and up behind you. So stretch, lift up through the leg. And then on your exhale, use your core to plant the left foot to the front of your mat. Spin your back heel down for warrior one, and then use an inhale to rise up. For this first variation of warrior one, take the arms into more of a V. Instead of having the biceps near your ears, open out a little bit. See if you can broaden across the tops of the shoulders. Feel a little freedom there. And then interlace your hands, opposite thumb on top that you had last time. Heels of the hands pressed together. Bend at the elbows, press your head back into your hands, rotate the elbows up to the sky. Feel a deeper opening across the front of the body. Keep everything you've got, but stretch your arms back open, release the bind of the fingers, open up here, deep breath in, and then exhale, hands to your heart. We'll take one more breath in here to get length through the side bodies, and then exhale, twist to the left. Right arm comes across. Left elbow points up to the sky. Ideally, the back heel is on the ground, but if you feel any twisting in your knee or pain in your back, lift the back heel off the ground. Couple of breaths here, being with the sensation, where you feel the twist. And then inhale, lift back up to warrior one. Hook your thumbs together, opposite thumb on top than you had last time, or on the other side. Point the elbows out to the sides. Press the backs of the hands back. Press the head back. Lift your face and your heart up to the possibility above you. Keep everything, release the thumbs. Open up, big warrior one. And then exhale, hands down either side of the front leg. Maybe bring the back foot in just a little bit and then lower the heel to the ground. On an exhale, straighten the front leg, fold over that leg. Now start to sway the hips side to side. Left hip swings way out to the left. Right hip swings over to the right. Go back and forth a few times while you're keeping the left leg straight and while you're keeping a forward bend. Come back into the middle, fold over that leg. Be with the sensation of the back of the leg lengthening. And now we move with the breath. One leg dog, left leg back and up. This time bend your knee and twist open. Take a couple of breaths here in the twist. Maybe twirl your foot around a few times, opening up the ankle. And then as you're ready, stretch that leg back behind, square your hip. One leg vinyasa, two leg vinyasa, no vinyasa, up to you. Downward dog is where we come together. Bring your feet up to the top of your mat. Fold over your legs. And then inhale, rise to stand. Reach up. Take a little back bend here at the top, opening up the front of your body. Lifting your face up to the sky. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment here just to feel what's happening in your being. Your body, yes, but also your mind and your heart. Can you bring all three into this moment to find the peace of wild things? Open your eyes. Utkatasana, chair pose. Reach your hips down and reach your heart, your head, your fingers up to the sky. Pull the belly in and up to support your low back. That might allow you to sit a little bit more deeply. Maybe lift your heart up a little bit more. Keep the chair pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twist around to the right. So left arm comes across. Find that twist. You're going to stay with the twist here and bring your weight into your right foot. Looking at the ground will help you because we're going to move and balance here. So look at the floor in front of your front foot. Weight is into the right foot and then lift the left heel up towards your left hip. Slowly, slowly stretch the left foot towards the back of your mat and then eventually lower the ball of the foot down to the ground. Now that you've landed here in this split leg stance, twist around a little bit more, pulling your right shoulder back, opening up. Exhale here, and then as you inhale, lift up and come around for warrior two. So you'll spin the back heel down, front knee comes right over the ankle. Find your warrior two. Take your back hand behind your back. So we're binding that back arm, resting the back of the hand on the low back, maybe working the left hand into the right hip crease. Take a breath in here. As you exhale, Parshva Konasana, side angle pose. Forearm to your thigh is one option. Fingertips to the ground, or a block, or a couple of books. Standing in for a block is another option. Whatever you choose, pull that top shoulder back. Take your gaze past the top shoulder to the sky. Feel the binding. You're going to keep the binding. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, reverse warrior. Still having that back arm bound. And then inhale, release the bind. Straighten the front leg. Both arms up overhead. Notice the freedom you feel when you can unbind yourself. Front leg stays straight. Take your arms out to a T, so reaching forward and back. Triangle pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach forward, and then fingertips. Touch down gently, maybe on your prop. Deep breaths in here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, hands down to the mat. Bend into your front knee. Sweep the right leg back and up behind you. Bend your knee, twist open, and if you want, you can be a wild thing here. Take that right foot over to the left, and then lift up through your hips. Take your head back, be in the moment, in the pose. Breathing right there. Inhale, come back around. One leg dog, square the hip. One leg vinyasa. Get a few breaths in your downward dog. And then as you're ready, bring your feet to the top of your mat. Fold over the legs. And now chair pose. Hips low, heart high. Challenge yourself here to sit a little bit more through the hips and to lift a little bit more through the heart. And then blast off. Stand up tall, standing back bend here, lifting the chest up. And then inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Second side, everything happens in concert with the breath. Chair pose. Sit low and lift high. Exhale, hands to your heart. Twist to your left. So bring that right arm across. Find your twist. Be with it for a few breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll move. This is going to be easier if you look down at the floor, harder if you look to the side or up at the ceiling. Shift your weight into your left foot. Hug your right heel up towards your right hip. And then slowly stretch the leg back, eventually lowering the ball of the foot down to the ground. It's not technically a bound pose, but you're squeezing everything into the twist so it feels like you're bound up a little bit. Notice what that feels like. And then inhale, release it. Come up and around to warrior two. Release from the bind. Take your back hand around behind your back, back of the hand on the low back, or hand into the front hip crease. We're going to keep that bind. Exhale, side angle pose. Left forearm on the left thigh, or left fingers down to the ground. Your choice, but find a place where you can pull the top shoulder back and take your gaze up to the sky. Keep that back leg charged, keep that back leg working. Keep the bind, inhale, lift up, out of side angle pose. Exhale, reverse warrior with the half bind. And then inhale, straighten the front leg. Both arms up overhead, stretch up tall. Deep breath in here as you lift up, feeling that freedom, being present. And then keeping the front leg straight, prepare for triangle pose. Reach your arms out front and back, and then exhale, stretch forward, and then fingertips down to the ground. Maybe turn your gaze up. Maybe turn your heart up. Broadening across the chest. On an exhale, both hands down to the ground. Lift your back heel up, one leg dog. Use an inhale to lift that left leg back and up behind you. Bend your knee, twist open. And then find the piece of the wild things here as you flip over. Be with yourself, with your sensation, finding freedom where you can, being present in the moment. Beautiful. Inhale, come back around. One leg dog, one leg flow. We'll meet in a child's pose when you finish that flow, or if you're skipping the flow, you go straight to child's pose. Let your breath regulate here, coming into that longer breath. It's not so long that you're grasping for the next breath, just long enough that you have to pay attention, you have to be present with the breath. And then all together we breathe, just once. Big inhale through the nose, exhale, let it all go through the mouth. Make your way to downward facing dog. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. A deeper fold over your legs now. And then chair pose. Bend the knees. Lift up through the heart. Pull the belly in to support you. And then push strongly into the floor with the feet. Straighten the legs. Take a standing back bend here. You could put your hands on your low back or back of your head for support in your back bend. And then inhale, back up. Exhale, hands to your heart. We're moving on now. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, lengthen out. Let's get to downward dog. Take whatever path you like to find your downward dog. From downward dog, inhale, right leg back and up behind you. As you exhale, bring your right knee to the outside of the right arm. So you come forward into plank, right knee touches on the outside of the right arm. Inhale, right leg back and up. 2 more of those. Exhale, come forward, right knee to right arm. Inhale, stretch back and up. On this last one, hold right here and then lower your right foot down on the outside of your right arm. Here, you're going to bend into that left elbow like it's chaturanga and stretch your right arm out in front of you. Get low here. Take a breath in. As you exhale, take your right hand over to the right so it's in front of your right shin. Inhale, back to the front. Exhale, take your hand over to the left. Inhale, back to the front. As you exhale, lower your hand down to the mat. So make sure your right hand is under your right shoulder. Spin your back heel down to the ground. So you're going to keep your right foot and both hands right where they are. Start to bend into your left knee as you straighten your right leg. So if that doesn't make sense, you can watch me. You're trying to move your hips more towards the back of the mat. And then inhale, come back forward, bending the right knee, straightening the left. 2 more times. Exhale, bend the left knee, straighten the right, hips stretch back as the arms stay forward. Inhale, bend into your right knee, straighten the left. 1 more time. Exhale, hips go to the back of your mat. And then inhale, come forward. Lift up your back heel. And then lower your back knee to the mat. It's going to be down there for a little bit. If you want to pad it, put something underneath it. As you inhale, take your right hand forward and up, and then circle it back, bend your left knee, reach back and grab your foot. So you can use your strap here to make the bind. I like to grab on the inside of the foot because we're going to move while we hold this foot. Now that you've got the bind, take a breath in. As you exhale, bow down on the inside of your front leg. So you bend that left elbow, bow low. Inhale, lift up. Push your foot back into your hand. Look back over your right shoulder. Twist. 2 more times. Exhale, bow low. Inhale, lift and twist. 1 more time. Exhale, bow low. And then inhale, lift up. Push your foot back into your hand, open up, make it a little bit of a back bend, and then gently release your foot. Hand down on the outside of the right leg. Bring the right foot in just a little bit. Low crescent pose. Inhale, sweep your arms forward and up. And feel that opening here, letting go of the leg, letting go of the hip opening. Nice and steady. Tuck the toes under on your back foot. And then as you inhale, lift the back knee off the ground. High crescent pose. Deep breath in here. And then as you exhale, hands down to the mat. 1 leg dog. So let's take the right leg back and up. Bend your knee and twist open. We're going to take wild thing again. Flipping over. Maybe you pull that right foot towards the front of your mat a little bit more, and then reach back with your right hand. You might have the right hand on the thigh, maybe down to the ankle, making a little bit of a bind there. Lifting the hips up. Good, and then let it all go. Come back around, one leg dog, one leg flow. We'll take the second side, starting right here from downward dog. Inhale, left leg back and up behind you. Exhale, knee to the outside of the left arm. Inhale, stretch back and up. Exhale, left knee to left arm. Inhale, one more time up. Exhale, bring the knee in, and then plant your foot to the outside of the left hand. Here, you're gonna get low into the right arm. Bend that right elbow, stretch your left arm out in front of you. As you exhale, take the left hand over to the left. Inhale to the front. Exhale, swing your left hand to the right. Inhale back to the front, and then lower your hand down. So left hand on the inside of the left foot. Spin your back heel down to the ground. Keep your hands where they are. Keep your left foot where it is. Start to bend your right knee as you straighten your left leg, trying to shift your hips towards the back of your mat. And then inhale back to the front, bending into the front knee. 2 more times. Exhale. Hips go back. Inhale, come back forward. 1 more time. Straighten the leg, the front leg. And then inhale, bend into the front knee. Now lift your back heel up. Right knee goes down to the ground. Left arm on the outside of the left leg. Walk that left foot in a couple of inches. Stretch your left arm forward. You're gonna lift it up into the sky, reach it back, bend your right foot, and grab onto that right foot. Strap works to hold right here. 3 times. We'll bow low and then lift up into a twist. So take a breath here, and then on your exhale, bow down on the inside of your left leg. Inhale, lift up, push your foot into your hand, twist. 2 more. Exhale, go low. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, keep the bind, get low. And then inhale, lift. Push your foot away, open up a little bit more here. And then gently release your foot. Release the bind. Hands down to the ground. And then we open up into low crescent pose. Sweep your arms forward. Lift up through your heart. Feel that freedom across your chest, in your arms, in your back leg. Tuck the toes under on the right foot. Lift the right knee up. High crescent pose. Deep breath in, and then exhale. Hands down to the mat. 1 leg dog, left leg goes back and up. Bend your knee, twist open here, and then drop over into your wild thing. To make your left ankle more accessible, see if you can pull the foot more up towards the front of your mat. And then reach back with your free hand. Maybe your hand taps down on your thigh. Maybe you reach down and grab that ankle. Beautiful. Inhale, release it. Back to 1 leg dog, 1 leg flow. And child's pose is where we'll meet once again. Let your breath regulate here in your child's pose. And then make your way to downward facing dog. Bring your feet to the top of your mat. Fold over the legs. And then inhale, rise up to stand. Lift up, stretch up tall. On and exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath in here, and then as you exhale, release your hands down. So I'll show you our next pose. It's a standing balance pose with a hip opener, maybe a shoulder opener. You might want your strap for this. I'm going to hold on to mine just in case. So we're going to stand on the right leg. First option is to bend the right knee and place the base of the left shin just above the right knee. Second option is to grab your left outer foot and bring it into your right hip crease. So this would be half lotus here. So you can hold on with your hand, or if the hand's not quite getting there, hold on with your strap a little lower here. So as you're ready, make your way onto your right foot, pick up that left leg, either bring the base of the shin above your knee. You can use the strap to hold the foot there, or work your foot up into your hip crease. And then we'll add one more piece here. Take your left hand around behind your back. First option is to grab the eye of your elbow. So you'll be grabbing right here, left palm, grabbing the eye of the right elbow. Second option is to have that left hand behind your back. Left hand reaches down and grabs their left foot. I can't quite make it there. Stay steady with that balance. One more breath in, and then stay balanced on your right foot. Bring your left knee up with your left hand or your strap. Grab your left foot, and then stretch the leg forward. We're going to take the leg out to the left at about a 45-degree angle, and then try to lift it a little bit higher using your strap or your hand. That's it. And now we're done. Just drop the foot, let it go. Good job. Okay, second side. So now we stand on the left foot. Maybe put a little bend into that left knee. First option is to cross the base of the right shin above the left knee. And you can always take your strap, lasso your foot to help hold it there for you. Second option is to bring the right foot into your hip crease. So you're trying to point that right knee down towards the ground, and you're flexing your foot back into your hip crease here. Once you find a steadiness there, we'll do the bind with the right arm. So the right arm comes around behind the back. First option is for your right palm to hold the inside of the left elbow. Second option is to reach your hand down, grab around the inside of the foot. I can't quite make it there, but you might, holding around there. Good. Beautiful. And now we're gonna stay balanced on the left foot. Bring the right knee up. Hand grabs the outer edge of the right foot, or strap grabs the right foot. Stretch the leg forward, and then take it out at about a 45-degree angle. Maybe use some right arm strength. Pull that leg up a little bit more. And then exhale, let it all go. Release it down. All right, come stand at the front of your mat. Keep to your heart. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, float down. Inhale, lengthen forward. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. And then left heel down to the ground. Bound side angle pose. So if you're using the strap, you're going to take the strap in your left hand. Let the strap dangle down behind your back. And then bring your right arm to the inside of the right leg. Lean forward a little bit, work that right arm underneath, and then hook your hands together or grab the part of your strap that's dangling down and draw the top shoulder back. Binding, binding. Good. And then use your inhale to release the bind. Let it go. Hands down to the mat. Bring your back foot forward to meet the front foot. Standing at the front of your mat in forward bend. Oh, feels so good to release bindings in the body and the mind and the heart. Second side, step your right foot to the back of your mat and lower your heel down. Down side angle pose. If you're using a strap, you take the strap into your right hand and let the strap dangle down behind your back. If you're not using the strap, you just let your right hand rest on your back. Left arm on the inside of the left leg, bow forward a little bit, look underneath, grab the strap, or hook your hands together and then lean back a little bit. Maybe take your head back, feeling that binding, press against it. Yes, everybody's looking good. And then use your inhale to let all that go. We're going to recover from those bound poses in a downward dog. Just a couple of breaths in a downward dog here. All right, bring your feet up to the top of your mat. And stand in forward bend. All right, we're ready for our apex pose. It's called Bird of Paradise. We'll do it together. I'll talk you through it. So widen your feet out, outer hip width distance apart. Bend your knees, so just a generous bend into your knees. If you're going to use a strap to make the bind around your right leg, you take the strap in your left hand and bring your left hand up to your left hip. Take your right arm between your legs. First option is to grab onto the part of the strap that's dangling down. Second option is for the hands to hook together here. So your feet are pretty wide. We're going to stand on the left foot. So get your weight centered over the left foot by heel and toeing your right foot closer to the left. You're keeping the bind around the right arm. Keep that little bend into the left knee. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, push into the ground with the left foot. Start to stand up, bringing the right foot with you. Yes. And then as you're ready, maybe straighten that leg, turn and look back over your left shoulder. Inhale, bend your knee, lower your foot, right foot back down to the ground, and release that bind. Just fold over your legs for a few breaths. Shift your hips side to side, move your head around, move your shoulders around. Feel the freedom that comes with unburdening yourself. All right, you ready for the second side? Okay, thanks, Michelle. Here we go. So feet, I like to start with my feet wider. It gives you plenty of room to make the bind. So feet about outer hip width distance apart. Put a little bend into those knees. If you're using the strap, take one end of the strap in your right hand and take your right hand behind your back. If you're not using the strap, right hand is going to rest on your back. Take your left arm between your legs. First option is to grab the strap. Second option is to hook your hands together. Now we need to get the feet closer together before we stand up. Work your left foot closer to your right foot. Keep a bend into your right knee. Take a breath in and then push into the floor, lifting yourself up, drawing your shoulders back, maybe broadening across the chest. Once you're standing, maybe you start to straighten that left leg out, look back over the right shoulder. Inhale, bend your left knee, lower your left foot to the ground, unbind, unburden yourself. Shift around, move the hips, the shoulders, roll the shoulders out, loosen the head. Good. Beautiful job. Let's come onto our backs. I want you to get a nice stretch out after all that binding before we go into Shavasana. So come on to your back. We'll take a bridge pose here. Just to open up the front, we closed off the fronts of the hips a lot here. So bridge pose to open them back up. Feet hip width distance apart, really rooted into the earth. Upper arm bones settling down into the earth. Back of the head settling. Think about squeezing your shoulder blades together and already getting a back bend here, even with your hips on the floor. Take a breath in, and then as you exhale, lift your hips up. Straighten the arms, maybe interlace them underneath. Walk one shoulder in and then the other, lifting the hips up, opening up the front of the body, big and full here. And then on an exhale, start to lower yourself back down. Walk the arms out. Take your feet about mat width distance apart. And as you exhale, take both knees to one side. Inhale to bring them to the center. And then exhale, both knees to the other side. Taking the knees back and forth at either breath pace or a slower pace. And then we'll take one last sort of bound pose. Hug your knees into your chest. So make the hug really tight. Curl up into a ball. Pull your forehead up to your knees. This tightness is what it feels like when you do not let your mind be in the place of the wild things. So take a breath in here and then exhale, let it all go. Stretch all the way out on your mat. And it's time for your Shavasana Cover-Up as you like. If there are other poses you need that we did not do, please take those. When despair for the world grows in me, I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting for their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world and am free. Allow yourself now to rest in the grace of the world and to feel that freedom. Take a few more moments to rest in the grace of the world. And then begin to come back to a fuller breath. Feel that breath move through your body. And as the breath expands through your body, begin to gently move it. Move your fingers and your toes. As you're ready, stretch your arms above your head, point your toes, lengthen out. And then on an exhale, roll to your side. Take a moment here to honor your ability to come into the peace of wild things. Honor your ability to rest in the grace of the world. And now come to a seat and bring your hands to your heart. I hope as you go through your day, you will be able to take a moment now and again to come into the peace of wild things, to be present. And now let's send our collective energies to all the essential workers who are keeping things going while we are staying home. We'll take this moment to send our energy to those who are sick and in need. The wildness in my heart bows to the wildness in your heart. Namaste. Thanks, everybody.